Here and There continues, and the familiar face of Stephanie Brazil is with us. She is the editor and co-owner of 501 Life magazine, and this month it is a lifetime of learning that we are going to dive into the August issue. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You are always welcome here, so let's dive right in. What do we have on the cover?
This is a wonderful story about a lady named Carol Crockett who lives here in Faulkner County. And as the school year was winding down, she had a vision for preschoolers in our county. And so she worked with the Chamber of Commerce here, and they did a family reading challenge, and it was so well received. So Carol Crockett works for Child Care Aware. And she just loves kids and loves going to the library and interacting with them. And she wants to encourage families to read to their preschoolers, even starting when your children are infants, definitely toddlers. And this article really talks about the importance of that. But what they did is they went to 5 schools, had a challenge. It was more about just involvement than quantity. So there was no push about how much you had to read. And then they did a drawing, but they involved the Toadsuck Days mascots, Croaker and Daisy, and the kids loved that. And they would go out to these schools and have fun with musical instruments. So these are mostly preschools and the library where they went. But did you know that by age 5, 90% of the brain is developed?
I did not know that.
So when you think about that, you can see the importance of broadening a child's vocabulary, which comes through reading books and having fun with them. Also just talking about cereal boxes, doing jingles with them, rhymes, all the things that we probably did as kids. And they had families read 5,000 books.
Goodness.
So isn't that fantastic?
Yes.
And they plan to do it again next summer.
So by the age of 5, 90% of the brain is developed. Then does it take the rest of our lives for the other 10%? It feels like that.
If I was really smart, I would know the answer to that. But the article does have more statistics like that.
It's very interesting.
And about how much of the vocabulary is developed and what a difference it makes to read to your children. They can have like 1 million more vocabulary words if you do this.
I love it. I love it. So First Security Bank's Conway Market president, Johnny Adams, recently retired, and there is a familiar face that is stepping into that role, and someone who we're real proud of because he's on our board here at Conway Corp.
John Ross Henderson, his wife Lindsay works at the Chamber, and he's been with First Security for 20 years. So he's a familiar face and definitely knows this market. They had a wonderful event for Johnny Adams at the Max event venue, and so many people there. I won't talk about how many people were there and get them in trouble with the fire department, but Pete Tanguay and his team there just hosted beautifully. And I think that Johnny felt really appreciated, he and his wife Stacia. And so many speakers got up and spoke about the difference they'd made, fulfilling people's dreams, helping them accomplish that, and just taking the time to listen to everyone regardless of how much you have in the bank or what your title is. They're just down-to-earth people who care, and lucky for us, they're staying in the community.
Good. Yeah, our paths have crossed often over the years, and big Johnny Adams fan. So I'm glad that he'll be around, and he was honored, and hopefully he will enjoy retirement. I'm sure that he will. The pets of the month are the Davises, Winston and Ted Davis, and they live on the UCA campus, and for good reason.
Yes, they are the pets of President Houston Davis and his wife Jenny, who teaches there. And I just thought it was so funny that we have Winston and Ted. I don't know where that came from, but they're Basset hounds and they're adorable. And I know that your viewers are seeing some of those photos. And they both grew up with dogs in the home, and they really enjoy having their pets here. And Jenny commented that they just think that everybody loves them because the kids on campus all want to pet them. So
I love it.
It's great.
Well, let's go down Bruce Street a little bit to Central Baptist College. They have new leadership there. There's a new president at CBC.
Yes, following 20 years with Terry Kimbrough, we have Dr. Jeremy Langley. So an article that will introduce people to him. He is a former associate pastor and worked for 7 years at Southern Arkansas University, including being assistant to the president there.
Also in the magazine this month is an update on the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Our home appreciates the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It has awarded 822,000 scholarships. That's a remarkable number.
Founded in 2009. They have helped so many students come through, and they've got some changes this year. So we wanted to update everybody on that in our Lifetime of Learning issue. You know, they now give scholarships for kids who are in workforce training programs, so not just traditional college.
Okay.
And they have removed some of the caps. They've increased the awards on some. So we just encourage people to read that article and learn more.
Make some notes. We've got one we're dropping off in college today, so more that are on the way. Finally, your Artist of the Month feature. This is interesting. It's not a traditional artist. Photos, information about something called the Arkansas Renaissance Festival. I've been seeing the billboards about the festival. It's coming. It's in Mount Vernon. What exactly is this? It looks like it's unlike anything that goes on around here.
I agree. I think so. Patrick Taft and his team, they have a dream to build a place in Central Arkansas where all Arkansans can come and experience the past in a more family-oriented environment and make memories. That's their big thing. They want families to come and go to that and make memories and leave going, oh, that was so great.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to this? And so they have 80 acres. They have built more than 60 permanent structures there.
gosh.
So when I think about when we used to take our kids to Six Flags or Magic Spring, you would walk into an area that appeared to be a village from the past,
Yeah.
and you're kind of immersed in that. That's what they're doing
Okay.
there. And they have the costuming and all of that. They have a student day coming up in early September.
Okay.
They have a big 6-week festival that's starting at the end of August and running through September, but specifically a student day.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell people some of the things they're going to do. They're going to have artisan-led workshops, and they're going to do interactive activities. So like glass blowing, leather works, storytelling, all kinds of things from the past where kids could learn. And we all know that when kids get to do hands-on projects,
Yes.
they enjoy it more. So I just wanted people to check out that story. Truly, Patrick is an artist, not only in the costuming they've created, the villages they've created there, but he really wants families to have something that's memorable.
All right, so the last couple of things I want to mention are personal to me. One is the Chuck Wagon races. Those are coming up in Clinton in a couple of weeks, the last week of the month. My dad is celebrating 35 years of being a part of the Chuck Wagon races with Dan and Peggy Oaf, and so I was excited to see that was included.
Did you notice the amazing photography?
I did.
That was given to us by Rita Barger. She took those last year
Okay.
at the event, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The action shots are amazing.
It's an unbelievable event, and the story behind it and how it's grown is incredible. But yeah, Dad is he's retiring this year from it, 35 years in. And then the other is that you put me and my friends in your magazine. Thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. Congratulations to y'all for
Thank you.
winning a Telly for your Conway Wampus Cat football coverage.
Yeah. It was a big deal. You know, we were very surprised to win just because we had never entered anything in the Telly Awards before, and it was brought to our attention that this is something we should try to do, and so we did, and ended up being a Bronze Award winner. And you know, at first you think, well, you finished in 3rd place. Well, that's a really big deal because it is an international competition.
Wow.
And some major players, ESPN was a winner in our category of some programming they've done. The Korean Broadcasting System won an award in our category. And so for our little group of folks that put together Wampus Cat football, it's something we were very, very proud of. And so thank you for including that.
Well, that's amazing. Wasn't there also a soccer competition that you were against?
There's the English Premier Soccer League, which is
I hear about that on major
huge deal.
networks.
A European broadcasting company that did a story about that was one of the award winners as well. So
Well, we're
yeah, we're
proud
very
of
humbled.
y'all, and of course I get to interact with you all each month, and I know your level of professionalism.
Thank you.
And I have said so many times that when my husband and I are just being lazy on a Friday evening and don't want to go to an away game
Yeah.
for the Wampus Cats, we'll get on our couch with our food and love the broadcast.
Thank
and
you.
we have watched other schools. It doesn't compare.
Well, thank you. We're excited. This will be our 25th season. Starts up coming up in just a couple of weeks, and so yeah, we will launch our 25th season, and looking back at that, we're going to try and do some special programming around that as well. So thank you for including that again.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
My name is Jeff Brooks, and this is my beautiful wife, Kathy Brooks. We're here in downtown Conway with Brooks Fine Jewelry. We've come back into the showroom, and we are now the store managers.
I love seeing the look on my customer's face when they come in and see the ring that they have designed. When they get engaged, they're sending us pictures when she says yes.
So bring your imaginations, bring your inspiration pieces, and bring your ideas down. There's no holds barred when it comes to custom, specifically from Brooks Fine Jewelry. We're waiting here and we're happy to see you.